Okay, let's put me under arrest.
I'm not arresting you now.
Hey,
Now you're under arrest.
Let's do this. Okay.
You're under arrest for battery of police officer.
Okay, can I put this in front because I have a back issue?
No.
I have a back issue.
You are under stop resisting.
I have a back issue. Okay, brain disease. I can't.
Stop.
I can't. Okay.
Relax.
Relax. I'm on my full relaxers. I have
Hold
a
it,
lot of pain.
Can you close?
You know, once upon a time, a lot of men would accidentally get a woman like this pregnant, or even worse, accidentally marry her and not have any idea that she was batshit crazy. It could happen, literally, she could mask this for years. Let's just think about how many men have been convicted of abuse. But this was the scenario. See, there were no body cams on people. We didn't really have cell phones all the time walking around with our cameras up. Luckily, police have body cams, so we can kind of peer into what it's like in the homes of these men. You know, these women, they stay home, they'll take care of kids, or they'll just sit at home and drink while the man is out working. He would come home, and this woman with the mental illness is distressed. She would scream at him to come in there and to hug me, then let me go, play a lot of games with him mentally, and then break down screaming and yelling until someone eventually calls the police. The police would show up and she would say that he grabbed me, he was trying to rape me, he was beating me, he was abusing me. And it's your word versus her word, except her words have tears behind them. As a man, you don't stand a chance. The men before us, our fathers, our uncles, our grandfathers, they never stood a chance. There's a narrative going around that men are just abusive and dangerous. But the truth is, that's a very small percentage of men. The majority were a lot of women that were lying, a lot of women that were exaggerating, and a lot of women that were attacking men. And when the men defended themselves or tried to stop her from attacking him, now he's the aggressor because he grabbed her and he held her. I had a crazy girlfriend like this before. I remember we were driving in the car and I was breaking up with her. I was taking her to work. We're on the freeway. We're in the first lane and there was an exit coming up. So there was like this like metal divider where you can either go straight or you can turn to the right to exit, but there's like a big piece of metal in the front. And I remember she grabbed the steering wheel and was trying to pull the car to the right so we would just crash into the metal last minute. We end up hitting the wall and we missed the metal, but she wouldn't let the steering wheel go. So I'm grabbing her and I literally punch out. Had to hit her to get her off the steering wheel. Do you know when the smoke cleared? Initially at first, she was pretending that I was violent or I just hit her because I was mad at her or because of something small or some. She never, I think for the first couple of months when she would tell the story, she left out the part where she grabbed the wheel of the car while I'm going 65 miles per hour and tried to kill us both like a reverse Vanilla Sky. Remember when Cameron Diaz was driving and Tom Cruise was a passenger? She tried to do that to me simply because I had noticed her behavior. I see the mood shift with the attitude, the excessive drinking. And I was like, you know what? I think we should break up. And what we'll do is we'll keep it amicable. I'm going to move out. You can keep the apartment. You don't got to go anywhere. I'm going to leave. She accused me of wanting to leave her to be with the neighbor, which was true. I'll be honest. I did move in with the neighbor, but the neighbor was beautiful. She was really nice and she rescued animals. I like to rescue animals. The girlfriend I had at the time was apparently allergic to animals. And then I met somebody a little bit better. But does that mean I deserve to die in a fiery car accident? No. But initially, everyone believed that she was the victim and I was the bad guy. I was the aggressor. I was the evil man. Until the truth finally came out. She literally had to admit it on accident. And then but the thing is, why as men are we doubted so much? These body cams are showing you what we're dealing with when it comes to dealing with, I say specifically American women, because women around the world do not behave like this. Women in the United States have an incentive to behave in this manner because they're rewarded for breaking up families. They're rewarded for leaving their husbands because the state will allow you to sue him for alimony. The state will allow you to sue him for child support if you guys have kids. And that's held against him. He's penalized financially just because his whole life he dreamed of having a family. I think, in my opinion, that's what contributes to this behavior and this psychosis. That also contributes to the degradation of the family. Now, young men today do not want to have kids. They don't want to get married. They don't want to move women in. I meet so many women nowadays that are getting older. No husband, no boyfriend, no prospects. All the men have left. We have a thing called MGTOW, men going their own way. Men have left. Men are still getting married. Men are still having kids, but we're just not doing it with the American women who were born here. We are going to different countries. We're actually getting involved with women who are new to the country that still have traditional family values. And we won't deal with American women. Not just because of the culture in this country is anti-family and anti-man, but because also another part of the culture is heavily medicating women and young girls starting when they're teenagers. These women are on so many SSRIs. They're on so many drugs for depression. And they just take a plethora. So you really don't have any idea what kind of mood she's going to be in, what kind of mood swing she's going to have, if it's affecting her hormones, which I'll be honest, they really are. But because of that, you get a mixed bag. You don't know what you're rolling the dice and you have no idea what number the woman you're living with is going to land on. I've seen videos of men that are peacefully sleeping and then a woman is in there pouring something on him, hitting him. Imagine what you do if you lose your temper. Now you go to prison and she's going to claim victimhood. That's why a lot of men have just left these women. We've literally abandoned women so much that now they have to literally pick fights with law enforcement on purpose just to get physical contact with the man, because all the other men in their life that they pick fights with no longer have to deal with them. We don't have children with you. We don't live in the same house. We can just walk out of the door and never come back and block your number. That rejection, women are feeling so much of it that now they're losing their minds. And the only sense of attention or love that they're getting is from law enforcement, because they're the only men that are literally forced to deal with crazy, unstable women. Just like in this video.
I'm not arresting you now.
Hey,
Now you're under arrest.
Let's do this. Okay.
You're under arrest for battery of police officer.
Okay, can I put this in front because I have a back issue?
No.
I have a back issue.
You are under stop.
She was not caring about the back issue. This reminds me of Renee Good. After she was killed, her girlfriend said, "Oh my God, why were the police using real bullets?" Bitch, what are you talking about? They're the police. What other type of bullets are there to use? You thought they were going to use bullets made out of gummy bears or rubber bands? Why would they? No. This is law enforcement. But what they're saying is that they're not used to men being serious with them. And they think they can get away with anything because historically they have been able to get away with anything. This woman just attacked this officer. And now she's screaming about how she has back issues, this issue, that issue. I'd be shocked if she doesn't say, "I'm also pregnant. I'm also a diabetic." They'll say anything to try to get out of being held accountable. And it's scary because as a man, if you don't have a body camera on you at all times, these women can convince the world that you're an abusive person, like the way Amber Heard tried to do Johnny Depp. That can literally destroy your life. Look at what happened with Jonathan Majors. even though he's on video running away from this woman. He lost Kane the Conqueror, God knows how many endorsement deals. Even though she dropped the charges, he's still trying to recover from this woman lying on him. These are dangerous times. That's why I tell people the best thing for you to do is get a passport. Leave these American women alone. Look at this. They don't behave like this around the world. Look at what the police are forced to deal with. Imagine if you were married to her, you got her pregnant, you would be forced to deal with this too. And then even if you leave, now your child is going to be this woman's next victim. So you really can't leave. You know how many men I've met that are only still with these horrible women because they're afraid of what these women will do to their children if they leave her? I have relatives that are in situations like that. I have friends. Men have been held hostage for so long that now my generation and the ones after me, we want no parts of it. We don't want to have any connections. We're doing things differently because there is an inherent danger with these American women.
Someone back issue. Okay, going to leave. I can't. Okay.
Relax.
Relax. I'm on my full relaxers. I have a lot of pain.
Imagine you're in your kitchen at home. You come in the living room and here she is doing something extremely dramatic just to get your attention. Maybe even potentially pretend like she's going to harm one of your children. You grab her to stop her and she starts screaming like this to the point where even your neighbors hear it, and you haven't punched her or nothing. You're literally grabbing her off your kid, because women do that for attention sometimes. They'll, to get a rise out of the man, they'll pretend that they're going to kill their own kids, hurt their own kids. I've seen it. There's countless videos of it. I swear to God, the introductions of body cams into the public has probably been one of the best net positives for our society that I can even remember in recent times. We need to understand what's really going on with people behind the scenes, not just their representatives that they show us on social media, but what they're doing when they don't think anyone's looking. 99% of the people that are on body cams, they don't realize that they're actually on a body cam being recorded by the police. Even though the police will tell you, they behave as if they have no idea what a body cam is. And you see who they really, really are. Look at what law enforcement is dealing with right now. Imagine this being you. You think you love your girlfriend. She's really pretty. Yeah, baba. Imagine when you move her in and she turns into this. Imagine when you get her pregnant, she tells you you're never going to see your kid and she turns into this. All because in the United States, she's incentivized to do so. Don't be the next victim.
Relax, Miss Thorne.
Okay,
Just relax, and then we'll get it all taken care of. Okay?
I don't want to be raped.
You're not being raped.
It's all recorded. Okay?
That's your hand right here.
Now, without the body cam, she would have went, and when she was in jail, she would have said, the officer that arrested me, he assaulted me sexually, attempted to rape me. The female officer was holding him down for me because they believe in supremacy and their race. Bro, they would drop any and everything on you, and you would have no way to prove that she's lying. That's why people get mad at me. They're like, "Oh, Rico, I would go to your house, but I don't want to be recorded. You record everything." Well, then you don't want to go to my house that much. You don't really want to hang out with me. If you have a problem with me recording the night or everything that we're doing, then don't come around me. It's not like I'm recording because I'm a freak. I'm recording because I don't trust anybody. And I've been with too many women that were cheating on someone. And when she got caught cheating, the first thing out of her mouth was, I think someone drugged me and raped me. I don't know what happened. I don't know how I got to his house. Literally drove 2 hours to get to my house. And then now you don't know how you got there. Literally sending me videos and pictures for weeks. But the man wants to believe her because she's pretty. And, with a lot of men, because we're shallow, the truth is a lot of men can't replace these women. Some of these women are out of their league. She's only with him because he pays for everything. And in his head, and she has a kid by you, how am I going to get with someone else? I got to figure it out with her. I don't want to leave her, but she's the wrong type of person. And when they don't want to get caught cheating, they'll make up any story or anything about you, throw you under the bus, lie on you. It happens to men every single day. That's why men record everything. But nowadays, a lot of us have just went our own way. We've just walked away from women. We're not centering women and families anymore because, unfortunately, the country we choose to live in, the United States, is not conducive to that lifestyle. This is what this country, now this is the result of what this country's, this is the byproduct of what this country's been producing as far as the women is concerned for the past 50 years. This is the byproduct of all these liberal policies and all these, and these failed court systems. This is what it turns women into.
You're not being racist. Relax, Miss Thorne.
Okay? Just relax, and then we'll get it all taken care of. Okay?
I don't want to be raped.
You're not being racist.
It's all recorded. Okay?
That's your hand right here.
Please, I won't do anything. I'll just go home. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please stop.
Okay, stop resisting and give me your arm.
I cry for the men of the past because no one believed them. My heart breaks when I think about the stories of what my father must have dealt with when he married my mother, and she would go through her spells and lose her mind. And then here he is trying his best to protect his children, but there's only so much he can do because the state's going to automatically say that children should be with the mother, even if she financially cannot support them or has mental issues. They're still going to give them to the mother because they want to divide up the home. They want single parent households. Even though the children turn out way better when they grow up with the father than with the mother. I'm a case study. I grew up with my father. My brother grew up with my mother. We're night and day. Most people don't even know my brother exists. That's how bad the results were. So, going forward for our children, we're going to need to do better. So we're going to have to make tough, hard decisions. It's easy and it's comfortable to, want to marry and have children and have a family with an American woman. But that option is no longer on the table. It's going to be a lot harder and a little uncomfortable that we have to travel. But at least you'll have access to your children and you won't have to worry about someone accusing you of abuse and then you going to jail because she's mad or whatever she's going through. We're going to have to make sure we walk away from these women and make better decisions. Let me know if you agree or disagree. I'm not going to win any popularity contests with this type of content, but this is honest content. I'm able to explain my points clearly. So if you have a counterpoint, I'd love to hear it. Like and subscribe, share the video. I'll be back on with another topic in about 20 minutes. The single boyfriend, Rico Limbaugh. I'll see you shortly. Thank you.
I've been needing to find a new apartment, which has not been easy with credit as bad as mine. Luckily, I found cosigning.com. They connected me with a cosigner who helped me get my dream apartment for me and my dog. I just paid a small fee and was able to move in fast. Get the cosigner you need for the apartment you want. Check out cosigning.com today.